Hola everybody! Today I'm going to be doing this beautiful springy sunset vibes eye look for you. Yes, Dobie, I know, hi! My dog wants to be in this video. This is my Doberman. His name's Dobie, and he's a good boy. Yes, him's just a good boy. I'm going to be doing this pretty look for you today. Super easy. I'm going to be using the Colourpop Fade into Hue palette. I actually thought it was going to be way bigger before I got it, but look at these colors, you guys. Oh my gosh, they're so gorgeous. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, please keep on watching. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Alright guys, let's get started. First thing, I am going to prep my eyes with my Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. In case you guys are wondering, this is in the shade Light Medium Beige. I actually think that I could go a shade lighter. My original shade that I used in the Shape Tape, not the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape, they actually didn't have at Ulta when I went there and picked it up, so I'm not sure what's up with that, if they changed their shades a little bit, but I could not find the shade I normally use. But I do like this stuff. It works really well. And I want to make sure I do this really good. I don't want any creasing at all on my eye before I go into shadows. And I am going to set this with just a skin color shadow. I'm going to actually take this one right here, but you can use any skin color shadow, or you could even use setting powder if you'd like. And I'm just going to lightly dust this into my eye. Today, I'm super excited. Today we're going to be working with this beautiful Colourpop palette. Oh my gosh, like this is so aesthetically pleasing. It's the Colourpop Fade into Hue palette. The inside looks like this. Look at how gorgeous this palette is. I mean, it's got different textures, colors, and they're all in their own row. And I just love it. I can't wait to jump into this. So the first color I'm going to go into is this color right here called Treasure. It's a perfect transition color. And I'm going to use my Morphe M504 brush. Looks like this. It's a big blending brush. Dipping into that, I am going to tap my brush off. I'm going to start working that right in my crease area. This look looks complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. So if you're looking at it thinking, oh my gosh, I could never do that, seriously, you could do it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. It's super easy, and it's very beautiful for spring. So I'm just going to blend that color right into my crease and a little bit right here on my outer corner. And then I'm just going to blend it upwards. Now I'm doing that when most of the product is off my brush. You don't want to do it when you just go in with color, because then it's going to be dark like it is down here. You want it to kind of fade out as it goes up. And in order to achieve that, you start out with the most pigment down here, and then when most of the pigment is gone from your brush, then you just take it up, and it will blend it out for you. The next color I'm going to take out of the palette is right here. It's called Love+Warhol. Not sure if I'm saying that right. It's a peachy pink color, and it's got a little bit of shimmer in it. Not a whole lot. It doesn't have enough to where you couldn't use it on your crease. For this part, I am using the Morphe M330. It is a blending brush, but it is pointed. So that way, if you want it in your crease more, see how when that blends out, it's blending out in the area I want it to blend out because it's pointy. So we're just going to blend that out into the crease. I'm going to start by laying the color down first where I want it, and I want it right in my crease area. Once I get the color down, I'm going to bring it up. But remember, you don't want to do that when you have a lot of color on your brush. So if you want, this is what I do just in case. I'll get like a paper towel and I'll just rub the brush on it. That way I know for sure that all of that pigment's off of there, and then I will start to blend it up. Now you can do little swirls, you could do back and forth motions. I like doing little swirls, and then I will also go back and forth with it. You're going to be bringing it up and blending it into that light peach color we just used. grab a little bit more of that color, tap off my brush really well, and I'm going to put that right in my crease like I did in the beginning, and then start to bring it up. You don't want to take it up as high as you blended the other color because you do want that color to peek through. Alright, so next I'm going to go back in with the first brush we used, and I'm going to pick up that color Treasure again, tap it off really well, and I'm going to go just above right here and use that to blend the pink out more, and that way this peachy color shows with the eye look. It's not hidden by all the pink, it shows through. And just swipe that in there and lightly, very lightly blend it out. You don't want to push really hard like this. You want to literally just let it gently, like almost like you're tickling your eyes. And that way you get a nice, beautiful blend. What I do is I kind of look at my other eye and make sure that it looks similar. And I might need to go in with a little bit more of that pink color just to make sure we got enough of that pigment down. So next we are going to go in with this color right here. It's called Paradise. It's like a dark, it's the darkest pink color in this palette. I'm going to use a small bullet brush. Looks like this, and this is actually the BH Cosmetics number 11 brush, and we're just going to tap into that color. You don't need a lot, and this has got some serious pigment, so I'm going to tap it off, and then we're just going to start placing that right in the outer crease. My daughter started softball practice today, and she was actually supposed to start it last year, but when COVID hit, she wasn't able to play. They just canceled the whole season, and she was really, really bummed about it. So she got to play today, and she was so excited. It was so cute out there watching her do it. For my eyelid, I am going to take the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and I'm going to use this to kind of, it's similar to a cut crease, but I'm just going to use this and pop it all over the lid. That way when I go in with this next shadow, it's going to stick to my eyelid. And because I have hooded eyes, I'm taking this higher than my crease, my natural crease. So my natural crease is right here, and I'm taking it up just a little bit. That way when my eyes are open, you can still see the lid color. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it, which sucks. That's the bad part about having hooded eyes. So I just dipped into that primer potion once, and you literally start in the corner and swipe up this way and over, and then you just fill in the other lid part. And if you don't have hooded eyes, you would just follow your natural crease. And after I do this, I do make sure to use my paper towel and wipe this off, otherwise it will get really dirty. The color we're going to go into for our lid is also by Colourpop, and it is their Super Shock Shadow. For my lid color, I am going into the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow, and this is in the shade Birthday Treat. You can't really tell on camera unless I turn it like this, but it's kind of like an orangey color with lots of reflect. Very, very, very beautiful. I'm going to dig into this pretty good. This is very, very creamy eyeshadow. Almost feels like when you put it on your skin, it almost feels like it's a lotion or a cream. I just recently started getting into the Super Shock shadows, and I absolutely love them. They are so beautiful. They have so many different colors. Oh, I see a little crease right here, so I'm going to tap that out before I go in with the shadow, because remember, if you don't do that, it's going to show through. So I'm just going to start by placing this right on my lid, tapping and slightly swiping. That way we get the pigment down. Follow that line we just made with the primer potion. Now, if you don't have this color of Super Shock Shadow, you can use Retro Dream in the palette. This one, it's very, very similar. Some people find that using their finger works best to put this on their lids, but with my nails being so long, I have a hard time applying shadows with my finger. So now I'm going to take that small bullet shaped brush that I used earlier and pick up more of Paradise, which is the dark pink. And I'm going to stamp that right here in this area, give my eye some dimension, and also blend these two colors together. Alright, now I got that done, so I am going to take my brush with the Super Shock Shadow on it, and again, I'm just going to tap over this again to blend it a little bit more. We want that fade showing. Next, there isn't really a white shimmer in here or a white color for under your brow bone. I'm going to take a little bit of this color Optimist out of my Stone Vibes mini palette, and I'm just going to place that right here just under my brow bone, very lightly. I'm going to go back in with that big fluffy blending brush and a little bit of Treasure I'm going to pick up, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to tap it off really good. Go in really quick again and blend one more time. Make sure that this is all blended right here. You don't want any harsh lines. We want this look to be very soft and blended. Lastly, I am going to take the color, it's called So Precious, this orangey glitter in the palette. I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to dip into that, and I'm just going to press this right over what we just did. These glitters are gorgeous. And they actually stick, which is surprising. I have other palettes with like glitter like this in it, and the glitter doesn't even stick to your eyelid. Now this stuff sticks. This is just going to give it a little bit more of a pop, and it adds a little bit of orangey yellowness to this eye look, which I think is beautiful. Alright, so next I am going to fill in my brows. I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown. This takes me 2 seconds, so I start at the bottom and draw upwards. Same thing here. I'm literally just filling it in a little, just so they look natural. My eyebrows never match, by the way. One always seems to look different than the other, which is happening right now. So after I do that, I use the spoolie side right here, and I just blend it out. And then I take my clear brow gel by Anastasia, and I'm just going to brush those hairs so they stay in place. And that's it, guys. That's all I do to my brows. Super simple. I mean, you could do that in like 2 minutes. So next, I'm going to go in with my NYX Matte Liner. This is in the shade Black. And I'm just going to line just above my lash line. So I went ahead and zoomed you in a little bit. I didn't realize I had the camera so zoomed out to where you can't really see what I'm doing, so I apologize for that. So next I'm going to curl my lashes. Okay, next I'm going in with my L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara, and I'm going to put a very thin coat on my lashes. The lashes I'm going to be using today are by Bold Face Lashes. They look like this, very beautiful, and these are in the style Give Me More. These are a very natural eyelash. These to me you could wear every day, and they're very, very comfortable to wear also. I am going to go in with my Duo Lash Glue. This is my favorite lash glue and the only one I use. looks like this. And I'm just going to paint the band with the lash glue. And I'm going to set it aside and let it dry for a minute before I put them on. So I got my lashes. Now I'm going to put them on. Start by plopping them right in the middle. Grab this outer edge and stick that down where I want it. And then I go for the inner edge. And that's all there is to it. All right, so now let's get into the face routine. Gotta make this skin flawless because right now you can see all my flaws. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm pretty content with the skin that I have. I'm 35 years old, and yes, I do have imperfections. Like, you can totally see it. My skin is not perfect. I have pimples, and my pores definitely show, but I promise on this channel that I am always going to show you my real skin. I promise to never use filters, to never blur, anything like that when I edit. This is exactly how my skin looks in real life. I just want to send the right message to people and not send a fake message that makes them feel like their skin's not good enough or like their looks don't look as good. So definitely want to keep it real on this channel for sure. I'm going to go in with the Milani Rose Prep and Brighten Face Oil. Do not use more than 2 drops of this. If you do, your face is going to be an oily mess and your foundation will not look good. My most dry areas on my face is the tip of my nose and right here where my lips are. I would just use this oil in my dry spots. I would not use it where I get oily because then you're going to be extra oily. And a little bit goes a long way. For my foundation, I go in with 2 products. The Lancome Teen Idol Ultra Wear and the Tarte Double Duty Beauty. I'm taking the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Flat Top Foundation Brush. Yes, it's dirty. I know. I need to clean it. I'm going to dip into this and I'm just going to start pouncing that on my skin to put the color down. Then I'll rub that baby in. I'm telling you, this Tarte foundation is very full coverage. And these 2 foundations together, ooh, I just love them. I'm going to go back in with my Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. And we're going to add some here. Add some here. Add a little bit here. And a little bit here. Then we are going to press that in with the beauty sponge. So for setting powder, I go in with the Lancome Absolute Powder. This is in the shade Absolute Petch. Then I will take my Dermablend Pro. So I'm going to take that on my big fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics. Looks like this. And we're just going to stick that all over my face. Next, I'm going to take my NYX Matte Bronzer, and this is in the shade Medium. And I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush, and this is the number 2. I'm going to pick up just a little bit. But since this look is kind of like a summery, bright look, I'm going to bronze just because give my skin some color as well. So I start at the top of my forehead, and I pick up a little bit of product at a time. Then I just put it right in my hairline, all the way down. And then I will blend it out when I have less product on my brush. Alright, I got my face all bronzed. So now I'm going to go in with the Milani Rose Blush. This is in the shade Coral Cove. I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics brush, pick up some of that. Just dust that right on my cheeks and take it up a little. For my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's called Atelier. I'm going to use this thin blending brush. Perfect for my lower lash line. I'm going to wipe my brush off, and then I'm going to go back in with the color Treasure right here. Dip into this, and I'm going to use this to blend this color out. So I am actually really loving this palette. All of the colors that I've used today have been super pigmented. They've been blending really well. There is some fallout, but to me, that's not a game changer. I don't mind if there's fallout because I do my foundation last. So it doesn't bother me. I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used for my lower area to buff out that crease, and I'm just going to again blend some more. Alright, for my inner corner, I'm going to go in with one of my favorite Super Shock Cheek shades. This is in the shade Flexitarian. This is one of my absolute favorite, and I'm going to take a small flat brush by Morphe. It doesn't have a number, and I'm just going to pop that right here in my inner corner. For my waterline on my lower lash line, I'm going to take the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk. For my highlight, I'm going to use the very same Super Shock Cheek in Flexitarian. I'm going to use this eyeshadow blending brush for my highlight. I'm going to take my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. For my lips, I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Lippie pencil in this shade right here, which is called Oh Snap. For my lips, I'm going to use the Colourpop Lippie Stix. This is in the shade Happy Thoughts. Alright, I am going to go over this with a gloss because I do prefer a glossy lip. This is the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip. I love the applicator on this because it's like a brush, which is awesome. We're just going to go right over what we just did and make it glossy. I'm also going to make sure I wipe off my brush. Alright guys, that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos of me doing my makeup and just hanging out, I would really appreciate it. All in all, I really like this palette. It blends really nicely. The colors are very pigmented and it's very aesthetically pleasing. Like, my OCD is saying thank you right now, Colourpop. I really, really appreciate it. Let me know what you think about this look in the comment box below. I'd really love to hear from you guys. What would you like me to do next? What did you dislike about the video? What did you like about the video? Just let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. Whoever's watching my videos, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how I am doing. I did recently change up my lighting and my camera settings. So also, if you would let me know what you think of my video quality in the background. It's not perfect, but I did try my best. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And God bless you all, and thank you so much for stopping by. Bye.